This is the Provoked Prawn, and this is the Audeze Mobius. This is a review of a headset that I've already unboxed. A high quality, very premium gaming headset from Audeze that will cost you a fair old amount of money. Now, I did an unboxing video that goes into a lot of depth about the quality, features and facets of this headset. And it's a really interesting device with some very nice design features that include high-res audio, 96 kHz, 24-bit sample rate with a really crisp delivery of sound. It also has these very deep, comfortable, plush ear cups which block out a lot of external noise and result in a really good quality of sound. The other things I like about it in terms of features are the connectivity options. You have a USB-C connection, as you can see here, a USB-C cable that connects into the headset, and you can either go USB-C to USB-A to connect to your gaming PC, as I have behind me, or USB-C to USB-C if you have a USB-C port on any device. And you can use that to connect to smartphones. It also has a 3.5mm connection to go in there, and it has Bluetooth, which is something the HyperX Cloud Orbit S didn't have. So it essentially means you have a wireless connectivity as well. That's 10 hours of battery life from this headset on Bluetooth. However, it is worth noting a couple of things. First of all, the Bluetooth connection is pretty lackluster in terms of the connectivity. It disconnects very easily over a very short distance, which is a big disappointment because the fact this is a $400, £400 headset, very expensive, and I'm a big fan of wireless headsets. My favourite one is the Astro 50 Wireless, which is sitting up there behind me, and that is my main go-to. That and the SteelSeries Arctis Pro Wireless, both of which offer a really solid wireless connection and great audio still as well. Those you can walk between 2 or 3 rooms away and still have a connection. This one drops out just a matter of feet away from the PC. However, if you're connected to your phone over Bluetooth, for example, if I have Bluetooth connection in my pocket to my phone, there's no problem at all there. Obviously, if it's with you all the time, that's fine. And that connectivity with that obviously offers a dual connectivity option, which I really liked on the Arctis Pro Wireless, and I really enjoy here too, which essentially means that if I'm plugged into my PC, I can still also have that Bluetooth connection at the same time, which means that you can do simple things like accept a call on your phone while still connected to your PC as well at the same time, which is pretty clever. And that's something that I really liked on the Arctis Pro Wireless, and I reviewed that, being able to have those dual connection options at the same time. Another point of note is that the Audeze Mobius has 3D head tracking built into it, so that if you turn your head, the sound moves with you, and so it corresponds to where you're looking. So the idea is the focus is in front of you at your gaming screen, and if you turn your head, the audio then disappears from the right hand side and you're getting it on the left, because that's where your focus is meant to be. And it's kind of meant to deliver a sort of more spatial awareness. I kind of think it's a bit gimmicky personally. I think it's really going to be a personal preference thing, whether you like it or not. It's something you have to experience. There's no denying the tech is really interesting though, because it has a gyroscope system basically built into it that allows it to track the movement of your head up and down and around without any external cameras or requirements for external trackers that then monitor what your head's doing and that movement. So I think that's really clever, very intelligent and interesting in that way, if nothing else. But that requires the battery, which is why the Cloud Orbit S, the HyperX headset that's based on this design, doesn't have Bluetooth but still requires chargers, because that technology requires the headset to be charged in order to work, which means it needs to be fully charged even if you're using over a 3.5mm connection. So that means you need to keep the headset fully charged at all times, which isn't a problem if you're using it like I've been, which is plugged into the PC most of the time, with occasionally using it on Bluetooth because I want that wireless freedom. However, plugged in and connected to the PC, you can obviously take advantage of the high-res audio and 24-bit 96 kHz sample rate and get a really rich quality. The other thing to say about this headset is it's probably one of the best sounding headsets I've ever tried. and that obviously goes along with the Cloud Orbit S because it's the same design. It has these 100mm planar magnetic drivers in it, which deliver the best sound possible. They're really large drivers. There's about twice the size of the drivers you'd see on standard gaming headsets. You usually see around 40 or 50mm. I don't think I've seen anything bigger than that apart from these and on the Cloud Orbit S, which means it can go very loud, and also that combination of that loudness and the delivery of not only virtual surround sound but high-res audio means it delivers a very rich sound, really great positional awareness in terms of FPS and games like that as well. So if you take your gaming seriously, then you have great sound from that. The high-res audio delivers a rich quality to that too. You also have stereo and virtual 7.1 surround sound options, and you can change all this within the software and tweak between it. You can also adjust simple things. There are multiple buttons on this headset: the power button, the 3D button, the volume wheels. They also push in. Those offer secondary controls, so you press and hold buttons or double press them, and you can do things like change between the virtual surround sound and high res modes, or obviously you can mute and unmute the microphone, but you can also change between auxiliary, Bluetooth and wired connections too with the presses on those buttons, and you can flick between them. It's also intelligent enough to recognize when you're plugging in certain things, so if you haven't got the cable plugged in and you turn it on, it defaults to Bluetooth if you've already paired it with something. If you then plug in a 3.5mm connection, you'll hear it change to auxiliary and it defaults to putting that on. If you plug in the USB-C cable, it then defaults to that because that is the preferred way of doing it, because that obviously results in a charge. So it's really intelligent headset in a number of different ways. The mic quality is also pretty good, delivers a pretty rich sound, and also is capable of capturing high-res, high-quality audio. One problem I have noted previously on the unboxing, the same problem I have with the Cloud Orbit S that I've still not managed to fix, is that sometimes the microphone, and it's really sporadic, picks up what can only be described as an electronic hum, and I think it might be electromagnetic interference or something from my PC, but it's not a problem I've had with any other headset or microphone. It's only with the Cloud Orbit S and with this Audeze Mobius, and it doesn't matter what USB port I use on it. I've also updated all the firmware. I've tried changing all the Windows settings. I've adjusted the mic gain level because you can do that on the headset and in Windows. I've tweaked all sorts of things. I've searched online to see if there's a solution. I can't find a solution for it. However, if I try the headset on my laptop, I don't have the same problem. That hum is not there, so I do think it's something to do with the connection. But like I say, I don't. This might just be a me problem, or maybe other people have had this issue. I can't find too many comments about it online, but I think it's worth noting because it is potentially a problem. Otherwise, the headset is all-round fantastic. I've got to send it back. It has only been a review unit. It's going back to Audeze, and I am certainly will be sad to see it go. And that is a comment that I often think, like, what's the best thing you can say when I'm reviewing a product? Am I going to be sad to have to send it back and give it back to the company? And the answer is yes I am. Could I see me replacing my favourite headset with this one? Very much so, because it does deliver the best sound possible. However, I really do prefer the comfort and the convenience of the Astro A50 in terms of being wireless. The ear cups are a lot more comfortable as well. That's not to say these aren't comfortable. They're very deep, large ear cups, pretty all-encompassing. They block out a lot of external noise. You can see there's a lot of bend and tilt in there. You can really get it to fit close to your head. The headset itself, the headband is very extendable. It's also very large. You can see the stretch on that. It has a lot of stretch to it. Delivers a very comfortable experience. Nice padding on top. It also sits very nicely on the head, and it's just a great, comfortable, high quality, well designed headset with very few downsides. As I said, the Bluetooth is a downside. The price is probably a downside. but otherwise fantastic bit of kit, really well designed, great sounding, good sounding microphone, loads of connection options, loads of sound settings, loads of convenience in terms of being able to press the different buttons and switch between different modes. Obviously 3.5mm connections, USB-C, Bluetooth, you can connect to your phone, your PC, your laptop, games consoles, whatever you have, you can basically connect this to, and it has that really intelligent design to it. Great sounding drivers, high audio range, really rich sound, well worth checking out. Hope you found this video useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Be sure to check out the Versus videos I've done on this and the unboxing, which goes into a bit more depth about the features and gives you a lot more close-up shots of the headset. Thanks for watching. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful, interesting or hilarious. Be sure to subscribe and check out these other videos, as well as taking a look in the description for links and other information you might find useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything you'd like to see extra about this, and have a great life.